Therapy from City Yoga. So thank you so much for joining me today. Sorry we can't meet in person, but virtual will have to do. So this is beginners. So this is great for anyone, even if you practice every day or you have never done yoga. This is why you're here. So remember, you're not supposed to know what any of this stuff is. So if you get confused, hit the pause button, take a look, see what I'm doing, hit rewind, and take as many breaks as you need. So I've got some props here. If you don't have them, that's okay, we can make do, but everybody's got a blanket of some sort, so you're definitely gonna want that. We've got a strap that can easily be doubled out by an extension cord, your kid's jump rope, a long scarf, or a towel, a belt. And then we've got 2 blocks, but again, easily books can be taken in place of this or anything else that, if you've got old yellow pages, I know some of you don't even know what that is, but if you had 2 of those lying around, they will work as well. So we're gonna start with the blanket. We're gonna kind of get a little comfy here. So we're gonna unroll or unfold our blanket. You just wanna make one nice kind of rectangular shape. And if you had a bolster at home, you could use that, but a lot of people don't have those, so I'm gonna just stick with the blanket. And we're just gonna give it a nice roll up here. I don't like that roll. We're gonna go the longer way. So we're gonna roll it this way. And then we're gonna slide this towards the front of our mat. Now, I like my head to be supported, so I'm gonna take the block on the lowest level and I'm gonna place it at the back of my mat. Now, if I had another pillow, because I'm at home and I've got all the props, you could easily use a pillow, but I'm in the studio, we're makeshift, so today I've got a block. So I'm gonna place the block underneath my head. Now notice my chin isn't doing something weird, right? My neck is naturally aligned, my chin is natural as well. I like this blanket beneath the back of my thighs, but you could place it underneath the knees or the ankles if you wanted. And this is just gonna give us a little prop up. Our feet are naturally gonna turn out, our heels are gonna roll in, and it's gonna let the top of our hip flexors start to open. And so this is good because these are really tight in the body. Now from here, I want you to settle in and close your eyes down. If it feels natural for your hands to rest on your heart and your belly, go for it. And if it's more natural for them to rest beside you, find whatever feels good. So we're gonna start with our eyes closed down. And the deal with yoga is this is something about connecting our head, finding our breath. And so when we first come onto our mat, there's a lot going on in our head. You might have dodged a lot to get to here. Maybe we've got a lot of kids and animals in the background, and it was hard enough just to create time and find a space for you to be relaxed. Or maybe you're getting the to-do list or lunch or dinner going in your head. So if we start with our eyes closed down, some of those physical distractions that we can see start to go away. And our body starts to relax a little more. So take a breath in. And then just open up your mouth and let the breath go. And try that again. Breathe in. And breathe out. 2 more. Inhale. Exhale. 1 more. Breathe in. Exhale. Now keep breathing, however it feels good. And now you start to notice how your body feels a little more relaxed. You can almost start to melt the feet, the back of the body into the mat here. And by taking these first few minutes on our mat to just really let go, to kind of wipe the slate clean, so to speak, the whole body benefits by relaxing. And then we can start to connect the mind and body together via this beautiful breath. So now as you take that next inhale in, can you keep your lips closed and breathe out through the nose if possible? Now this breath is challenging. It's got a fancy name in yoga, Ujjayi Pranayama. But just imagine having a constriction at the base of your throat. So as you inhale through the nose, through that base of the throat, you'll feel that same constriction as you Exhale out through the nose. And if this becomes too challenging or you get overheated, I want you just to breathe out through your mouth, taking whatever would feel good for you. So let's take about 4 more of those breaths. Last 2. Last 1. Now, if you have something underneath your head, go ahead and just lift it, slightly move it out of the way. And we're gonna reach those arms back, point those toes, get a nice stretch if you wanted to arch your back. That might feel good as well. I like to shimmy my hips a little right to left, getting a little pressure off the back of the hips and the front of the thighs. Taking 1 more breath in. And as you exhale, we're going to hug our knees into our chest, and we're going to grab our hands on our shins. Now maybe we can grab opposite hand, maybe we're just on our shins. Right where we're at is fine. We're just going to gently pull those knees in, feeling our low back start to release. And we're taking 2 more breaths, nice and easy here. 1 more breath in. Exhaling. Now continue hugging the right knee into your chest. Extend your left leg to rest on the mat. Now if it rests back on the bolster or blanket, that's fine. Move that right and go around some. And we want to just create some circles. And we want to go that opposite direction. And then a nice point and flex. So again, a lot of mobility, or all mobility, starts with our feet. So we want to make sure we open up our feet before we do a lot of the standing work. Now hold on to your right leg with your left hand and reach your right arm out like you're creating half of a giant T shape. You're going to guide this right knee across. Now, if this is uncomfortable, you can easily slide that out of the way. But one thing is the knee is not coming to the floor. Once you start to twist, if your right shoulder lifts up, you've gone too far. So you want to put that right shoulder back down and then just let that right knee fall across. Now, left arm can be out. It can also be on the thigh as long as we're not forcing again. And as we find that place we can stay, we're going to take our gaze over our right shoulder, looking towards our right thumb, and find some nice breaths in here. Taking an inhale. Taking an exhale. Good. 2 more. Breathe in. Breathe out. Last inhale. Exhale. Now as you inhale, I want you to come back to center. Hug that right knee into your chest. 1 more time. Give it a big squeeze. Now, you could use a strap, but we're going to work the leg a little. So you're going to grab the back of that right hamstring, reaching your right leg to the sky. Again, you can move around that right ankle if you wanted to. I like a little bench straight, especially if we haven't done a lot of maybe working out today or this weekend, and we might be a little tight in the back of our body. And then after that, just holding it there for a few moments. Now, notice that your foot could be really lazy or it could be active. Really activate that leg, pulling the toes towards your nose, driving that heel up to the ceiling. Now, we can do a couple of things with our hands. One could be underneath our tailbone. Some people really prefer that. That's a little uncomfortable for me. One could be beside the mat or grabbing the edges of the mat. The other could be most intense, hands behind the head. So as we flatten out our back, we're going to strengthen this right leg. Try to make it as straight as possible, even if there's a bend in the knee, it's okay. And as you exhale, slowly lower that right leg down to just hover above your left toe. And then you're going to squeeze, reach that right leg back up. Nice. Exhale, lower to hover. So we're starting to engage this right leg, but also add space to the back of the leg as we lift and lower. So give me 2 more. And if your leg is shaking, that's good. It means you're physically changing the makeup of your leg, right? You're getting those short, slow twitch muscle fibers to break down and to change. So give me 1 more. Now, at the very bottom, could you hover that right foot above the left toe? Press through that right heel, squeeze your thighs together, and release that right leg down. Whew. Now just relax. 1 more time. Take a stretch, reach it back. And you should feel like your right leg is longer because it secretly is just a little bit longer than your left. And then as you're ready, your exhale, we're going to hug that left knee into our chest. We're going to start the exact same way. We're going to roll that ankle around, and we're going to make sure we go both directions. And then we also point and flex. And ankle mobility. So often overlooked, but so important to a lot of problems we have in the body, especially the low back. Now again, that left arm is going out wide, so it's a good angle to see it from here. If we try to go all the way over, notice how my my left shoulder lifted up. Keep the left shoulder down. So for me, that means this is as far as I can go. Now I could tuck the left toes behind the right knee. Sometimes I'll let my left foot kind of just drop onto the floor. And again, if you want that right hand, you can add it. If not, we're going to breathe into this left lung. So thinking of it like a balloon, inflating as you inhale, deflating as you exhale. All right, 2 more breaths, you guys. Inhale. Exhale. 1 more, breathe in. Exhale. So we're coming back to center, hugging that left knee into our chest. So we're going to move our hands to the back of the thigh, and then we're going to start to bend and straighten that leg up to the ceiling. And again, you're maybe awakening the back of some tight hamstrings. Maybe you're like one of the million people that did a bike ride around the lake or the Katy Trail, and you're feeling it, and so you need to stretch it out. And then when you're ready, you're going to just hold that leg straight. Remember, we want an active leg, so that means we're pulling the toes down to drive that heel up. As we do, we can open that calf, that hamstring. Now, we're going to take 1 more breath here. We're going to add those leg lifts. So again, whichever variations with the hands that you wanted to take. And when you're ready, really work this left leg as you inhale. And as you exhale, lower, taking it down. Good. We're taking it back up. Inhale. Ooh, let that quad start to shake, lowering as we exhale. Good, 3 left. Take it up nice and slow, pulling a little closer, taking it down to hover. So keep that low back flat, keep your abdominals in. And this one, can we hover and hold that heel? Now I want you to squeeze your thighs together like I gave you a sheet of paper, you're gonna let it blow away. Squeeze, 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 press through that heel. Whew, release. Okay, 1 more time, stretch it out. This time your legs should be a little even or hopefully evened out. And as we exhale, we're gonna hug our knees into our chest. Now this time, like we did when we stretched our legs to the ceiling, we're gonna grab the back of our thighs. With a little kick from our feet, we're gonna start to rock forward and back. Now, sometimes this doesn't feel very good to your spine, especially if you have scoliosis or a metal rod or anything going on. So if this doesn't feel good, skip it. But after the next rock or two, we're going to come up to all fours. So we're going to cross those ankles or swing them around and plant our hands and move on to our mat. Now, if you're on carpet, you don't have to worry about this, but if you're on a pretty hard floor, you could always take that blanket down on your mat just to give yourself a little extra padding. So we're in box or something called tabletop. So we want to make sure that we're not too far forward and we're too far back. We want to have the shoulders stacked right over the wrists, and our hips are going to go right over our knees. Now, we're going to spread the fingers out nice and wide. So one thing we don't want to do is have our hand like this, right? Open wide. And before we do that, we're going to come up to stand on our knees real quick. So I don't know about you, but when I first started yoga, I had a really weird idea of what my body was actually like. And so we say the term hip width distance apart all the time. And most time people will hit their feet this way. Well, your hips are not this way. I know you think they might be, but I promise you they're not. So to know what hip width distance is on your own body, we're gonna make two fists. We're gonna bring them together to touch, so it looks like this. And then they're gonna go right between our knees. And that is your hip width distance. So again, a lot skinnier than that. So now that we're hip width distance, fingers are spread wide. We're gonna press down through the tops of the feet. Notice how my toes aren't touching, but they're right underneath my, right behind my knees. And we're gonna drop our belly. We're gonna gently start to gaze up. We're not gonna throw our head up, and we're gonna pull our shoulders towards our hips. You'll feel a nice opening in the front of the heart. So we call this cow pose. And as you exhale, you're gonna round, tuck your chin, pull your belly in, and really arch through the upper spine or the upper shoulder blades to the back for our cat. So we're gonna move back and forth between these, nice and easy on that. Inhale, exhale. Keep going, use your breath, inhale. So an important thing about yoga, say different from working out or any kind of other workout, is that we use our breath to move. So we want that inhale to bring us into the cow, just as we want that exhale to move us into cat. So lead with the breath first, then the movements. And you really stay focused this whole hour. So we're gonna take just one more round. Now if you're at home, you can do circles, you can make anything you want here. Just whatever feels good to you. So it's our last breath as we exhale. Now as we inhale, we're coming back to neutral. So this is kind of challenging in the beginning because we tend to slouch our body and just kind of hang out like this because it feels good. But as you can see, this is really bad news bears for the low back. So what I want you to do now is bring your knees to touch and zip up the inner thighs and zip up the belly. So we don't want a rounded spine and we don't want an arch. We want a nice neutral. And I used to have this one teacher make me put a block on my tailbone to see if I could do this. So if you wanted to get real crazy at home, everyone, you could put that block on your tailbone. So hopefully the block doesn't drop here, right? Because then we'll know I'm not in a neutral spine. Now, if you're like, again, I do not want to try this with the block, I totally understand. We're going to pull our belly in, shift forward in 1 inch so our shoulders are actually over the wrist, and we're going to extend that right leg back. Toes are down, and imagine that I had a wall behind me. And if you think it'd be easier to use a wall, then put your right foot up against a wall. Now, press through that heel. Keep your heart open. Try not to slouch here, and breathe. Now, if this is enough, stay. If you want a challenge, come to your left fingertips. And if you still want a challenge, the left arm can reach, but again, we don't want to down drop the belly or over round. We want to keep that nice long spine. See if you can press through your left shin. It'll make this a lot easier. You're going to take one more breath in and exhale, set it down. Now again, you can take that block off if you've tried it. We call this spinal balance. Sometimes you'll hear it called bird dog pose. So when you're ready, we're going to move into this left side, everyone. So we're going to take that left leg behind us. Now again, notice how I'm not opening up my hip. My toes are down. I'm pressing through the heel. I'm lifting through the back of the knee. I'm sucking my belly in and out. If I want to try to balance, maybe right hand lifts, right bicep by the ear. I'm thinking of getting taller. I'm growing strong. I'm pressing through the right top of the foot and my shin. I'm going to take one more breath in. This is not easy to hold, you guys. Exhale, hands and knees come down. From here, I'm going to shift my hips back, slide my hands forward, and start to come down to what we call Balasana, or child's pose. Now, for some of us, you're looking at me going, there's no way I'm getting close to the floor. I understand. So, we have tons of options. One is that block goes behind our hips or our heels. The other is that we could put our head on a block or a pillow until we can find our spot to rest in. So again, there's lots of places for you to go. So I want you to stay here for a few more breaths. And something that's really important to know in the practice of yoga is everything is optional. Meaning you don't have to do any of it. So this is the pose you can come to throughout practice. Again, I'm not gonna know. You can hit pause and just take as many breaks as you need. I really want you to listen to your body, because this is, again, where yoga is different. You don't have to do anything. Okay, take 2 more breaths, child's pose. Good, 1 more breath in. Exhale. So we're gonna shift back onto that all fours, coming into our box pose. Now this time we are gonna walk our hands a little farther forward so that we're slightly back. And from here we're gonna tuck our toes and lift our hips up and back for down dog. Now, if we're doing something where our back is arching, maybe we bend the knees to lengthen the back as we press our chest towards our thighs. From here, we're going to start to pedal out the feet, meaning we're bending one knee and then the other. We want those fingers spread nice and wide so there's no gaps underneath the thumb. So if you've got a gap under your thumb, press down through the index and thumb pad more, and then press your chest back towards your thighs. Now try not to let your head drop too low. Try to keep biceps in line with your ears. Now, if this ever becomes too much, we can do it with our hands on the blocks. We can do it with our knees down. And we can also do it on our forearms if that works a little better. This is our dolphin variety. But again, all variations of down dog. So whichever variation you're at, we're going to rise to our tippy toes. If you have a prop in the way, you can just gently slide it out of the way. And then as you exhale, we're going to tippy toe our way up. Now you're going to have to bend your knees most likely to get there, and that's okay. And then once you come up, separate your feet wider than hip width distance. Remember, we've got our fist trick if we need to use it. And then from here, bend your knees. So here's the deal. Once you bend your knees, you protect the low back and let it open. When you try to lock the knees out and straighten and fold, you pull. That's bad. Bend, good. Straight, bad. Bend. Now, grab opposite elbow. Look behind you again, because if you look forward, you see how I lost my neck completely and I'm all tight? But when I'm here, I'm nice and open. And then I'm going to just start to slowly sway my torso side to side, letting my head drop heavy here. If you're having a particularly hard day at the office or at home with the kids, move your jaw around. Get rid of some of that tension that happens in the neck and the face. We're going to take 2 more breaths here. Feel your hamstrings really start to open up. Take 1 more breath in. Exhale. Now, softly release your hands to the floor and toggle your feet together to touch. So I'm a lover of blocks in my practice. I feel like they do so many wonderful things for me. So I'm going to grab my blocks or my books or my water bottles, whatever's beside me, cans of food. And with my hands on the blocks, I'm going to bend my knees, but I'm going to lengthen my crown of the head towards the front of the room, making a flat back. My belly's in. And I, again, can manage that block on my tailbone. And then as I exhale, I'm going to let myself fold. My head is going to drop heavy. So I'm going to try this 2 more times. As you inhale, lift up halfway. Now pull your belly in and pull your shoulders back. So you actually want to have some neck here. And as you exhale, fold it down. 1 more time. Inhale, halfway lift. Shoulders back, bellies in, knees are bent. Exhale, we fold. Now with that same flat back, we're going to come all the way up to stand this time. So as you inhale, reach your arms up. Keep that belly pulling in, palms up above your head. Hands come to prayer. All right, take a breath in. Exhale. Okay, so you made it here already. So stay with me for the rest. It's only going to get a little bit more fun and back. So we're just going to do a few more of those coming up and down to stand to open up the whole body and also get to using our breath. So when you're ready, we're inhaling to reach those arms up. If it feels okay, gaze up. As you exhale, bend your knees, take that big swan dive, fold to the floor. Remember, we want to let our head drop heavy as we exhale. We're going to take that halfway lift first. Inhale, lengthen, belly in. Beautiful. Exhale, forward fold. Reach your arms all the way out and up. Grow tall. Seal the hands to prayer at heart center as you exhale. Just do 3 more, guys. Inhale, reach up, gaze up. Maybe a little stretch back. Bend the knees, big fold down. See how those knees stay bent. Halfway lift, inhale. Exhale, we fold. All the way out and up. Inhale. Hands to prayer, exhale. Again, inhale, reach up, open heart, smile. Exhale, fold. We're moving that body around. Feels so good. Halfway lift, inhale. Fold as you exhale. Last round. All the way out and up. Grow as tall as those beautiful trees. And exhale, grab and sealing into prayer. Inhale, reach the arms out. Exhale, swan dive, fold it back down. Okay, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. So we're going to add on now. We're going to reach those arms all the way out now. Exhale, hands to prayer at heart center. So that was called a half sun salutation. And we do these sun salutations in yoga to build up the energy. And also, again, to create this moving meditation, so to speak. So we're going to start a series. And if you ever get lost or confused again, we're just going back through the same motions. So do what works for you, okay? We're going to inhale, reach those arms out now. Now this time we're going to drop our right arm down and stretch our left arm up and over. Now try to lift out of the left waistline, but without collapsing onto the right side. So we're lifting up and over, like you were a little teapot, short and stout. Reach back up as you inhale and take it over to the left as you exhale. Again, lift out of your left waistline to find the space on the right side. Reach those arms back up. Now, squeeze your glutes and thighs, and then as you exhale, draw your elbows back and down. Feel your collarbones start to spread, your heart open. Now, as you exhale, reach behind you and interlace your fingers. You could grab your strap, your top, your towel, whatever works. Now, keep a bend to the elbows. We don't want to hyperextend and lock them out. But we want to pull the knuckles down to let the heart open. If it feels okay, we can gaze up, but if it doesn't work, don't. Now bend the knees again, and then as you exhale, belly in as you fold, stretching those arms all the way over your head. Now notice how I tend to rock the weight back. Can you rock your weight a little farther forward? My heels are still glued to the mat. I'm just getting a deeper opening into my hamstrings. Take one more breath in. Now you're going to softly, don't flee, release your hands down. Take your halfway lift. Keep your left hand down, right arm high to the sky, maybe bending into that right knee. You're going to feel a crazy stretch in the right hamstring. Now shift your weight a little into the right foot. So instead of rocking left, rock right, and then open up. Feel the whole right side of your body. Take one more breath in. Exhale, forward fold, right hand comes down, breathe out. Now take that same halfway lift. Now we're going to use those blocks to help us. We're going to plant the palms and lunge our left foot to the back of the mat. Big step back. Now if we need to, we can set this left knee down to the floor, making this a little bit less intense, or we're going to keep that left knee lifted. We're going to take one more breath in here. Nice, exhale. Now we're going to reach our right arm up high to the sky. So my left hand is staying on that block. I'm pressing out through the left heel. So I'm not letting this left leg stack. I'm getting really strong as I create those stacked shoulders. I'm going to take one more breath in. Exhale, my right hand's going to come down. Now I can do this on the blocks or off. I'm going to step back to my downward facing dog here. Important that my back is flat. Rather have bent knees and a flat back than straight legs and some kind of arching. Now I'm going to lift my left leg high. And again, I can always set my right knee down to do this. We did this at the beginning of practice. And I'm going to step my left foot right through between the blocks. Now, when I first started, my foot never went close to where it was supposed to go. So if your foot ends up back here like mine was, pick it up, move it forward. Now, look forward, bend into the left knee, your heart is open. And as you exhale, could you lift your right leg, Tara. Right leg high to the sky. Now try not to open up your hip. Roll the hip down, turn your toes down, and then squeeze your right leg over to the left a little. You should feel your right inner thigh. Take one more breath. Let your toes touch, breathe out. Okay, one side done. Halfway lift, inhale, fold. All the way out now. Now this time as our palms press above our head, we're gonna go straight to that side stretch. Right arm down, left arm up and over. Take a breath in. Exhale. And now reach back up to center. Exhale over to the left. Breathe in. Exhale. Back to center. Okay, squeeze the glutes and your thighs. Exhale, elbows to kidneys. Squeeze, big heart opener. Reach behind you, interlace. Now, can you put the opposite thumb grip on top? And if you're not sure what that means, we always grip our hands one way, but we can grip them two ways. It just feels weird. It's your non-dominant hand. Grip it the weird way. Draw the knuckles out. Again, heart open, tap the elbows in. Now bend the knees, stretch a little farther over your head if you can. Take a breath in. Tip that tailbone up as you breathe out. One more. Softly release your hands to the floor. Find your halfway lift. Now we've got to grab that twist on the left side. So plant the right palm down. Maybe bend that right knee as you twist your left arm high. Now weights a little more forward. We're going to shift it into that left leg. As we start to open up the side of our ribcage, rolling it open. Take one more breath in. Forward fold. Bring that left hand down. Now again, with the help of our blocks, halfway lift. It's our right foot back. Big step back into that lunge. Now I want to keep my left ankle stacked above my knee, creating that nice right degree while my left hip is pulled back. My right hand stays down as I reach my left arm up high to the sky. Now watch this right shoulder. Soften it away from the ear. Again, roll that rib cage open as you lift up. Take one more breath in. Exhale, left hand comes down. We're stepping back to that downward facing dog. Again, you can be on the blocks or you can set them off to the side. And again, if I need to modify, I can take my left knee down as I start to reach my right leg behind me. And as I exhale again, I'm going to step that right foot through. And once I get it there, I'll smush it as far forward as I can. My back knee will lift if it's not already. I'm going to look forward to sink deeper. By sinking deeper, this is going to open up the top of my left hip. Now we're going to that standing split, so without launching, maybe step it in a few steps, then start to lift. Notice again that tendency to want to roll the hip or get that leg super high, but square your hips, toes down. Then I like to squeeze my left inner thigh to my right and get that whole right hamstring to stretch. One more breath. Good, toes touch. Breathe out. Halfway lift, everyone. Exhale, fold. Okay, reach those arms out next. So we're going to add on to that. If you need to modify, modify. Right arm drops down. Stretching that left arm up and over. Inhale. Exhale. Come back to center. Take it over to the left. Breathe in. Exhale. Inhale back to center. We're going for those elbows. Squeeze them, pull them down, open your heart. Again, reach behind you. Whatever you gotta grab, grab. Pull the knuckles back and down. Bend the knees, stretch the arms over the head. Now, keep your hands interlaced, but walk your feet a little farther apart. So if you want to see with the blocks, you can see I've got some space. Now, just like we did a moment ago, bend your left knee and gaze to the right. You're playing a little peekaboo, and you should feel your right hamstring. We're going to move or shift that weight over into the right leg as we open up the back of the hamstring. Breathing here for 2. 1. Now, keep your hands bent. Just switch. Bend your right knee, gaze left. Shift the weight into my left foot. See, again, I don't want to rock it over to the right. And then I'm going to really open up my heart. Taking one more breath in. Exhale, release, fold, hands come down. I'm taking that nice halfway lift. And again, I'm going to lunge that left foot to the back of the mat, low lunge. So we were here a moment ago. Again, set the back knee down if need be. Now we're going to reach that right arm high, and we're going to take a couple of circles with that right arm. Getting some of that synovial fluid flowing, going the opposite direction. And then the next time it reaches over your head, you're going to hold it there. Your pinky finger is spiraling down. Now bend into the right knee and roll your rib cage, and then reach through the left heel to right arm. There's a micro bend to this left elbow. Take one more breath in. Exhale, right hand comes down. Downward facing dog. Breathe out. Now this time from down dog, you're going to inhale, shift forward so that you're starting to bring your hips in line with your shoulders. This is top of a push-up or plank. It's a lot easier on the blocks than it is without. And if it's just too much, we simply set our knees down. And then as you exhale, tap your toes back to down dog. When you're ready, left leg goes high, just like we did that first round. We're going to step that left foot back through. However we choose to get it there. Okay, we're going to bend back into our left knee. Take an inhale. We're going back to that standing splits. We're going to lift our right leg high. Now walk your blocks out in front of you. Lift your heart and see if you could bend that right knee. And if you can't, just see if you could start to open it up. And that might feel good. You might gaze towards your left knee. If you wanted a challenge, maybe left hand to left ankle, and maybe not. And if you wanted a challenge, maybe a quick 1, 2, 3, and then hands back down. But again, maybe not. Take one more breath. Let your toes touch. Now, I don't know if it's because I did the hip pass before this or it's just me, but my left glute is seizing up. So if you're feeling the same, give a little shake out, maybe a little kick of that leg. Hey, here on me. And let's do the other side. Okay, guys. Take a nice halfway lift. Exhale, fold it down. Okay, reach those arms out and up. So this is the last time we're going to take that side stretch. So let that right arm drop one more time, stretching it up and over. Breathing in. Exhale. Come back to center. And over to the left. Big side body stretch. Inhale, back to center. You're going to need one more of those elbows. Big pull down, squeeze. And reach behind you. Okay, knuckles down. Let those shoulders stretch. Bend the knees, stretch it over your head. Breathe in. Tailbone up, breathe out. Take an inhale. Softly release your hands, exhale. Take that halfway lift. Okay, we're gonna lunge that right foot to the back of the mat, so that big step back. Get that left knee over the ankle, and when you're ready, left arm high. Then we're gonna take those circles. So we're keeping our shoulders and our hips really square to the front of the room. We are rotating our shoulders open, but we don't want to sass the hip out as we do that. And then we're going to reach that arm overhead. So we want to reach as we roll our ribcage open and press out through that heel. We're getting that straight, long line of energy. Hands come down. Downward facing dog. Breathe out. We're going to do that same thing we did before. As we inhale, we're going to shift forward. I like to think of my heart coming right between my thumbs. Keep your belly in. Don't let those hips sag. Pull it back up. Now back to down dog. Okay. Right leg's going to reach up high. If I need to set my left knee down, I can. I'm going to set that right foot through. And then I'm going to bend into my right knee. I'm looking forward, my shoulders are back, my heart is open. And again, whether I pull it in or slide it in, I'm gonna lift that left leg high. Now, I'm gonna just walk my blocks or whatever's in front of me. If I don't have my block, I could use a water bottle. And I'm gonna
drop over the leg again if I wanted to try the balance, but I might fall. There's a lot of balance in this pose we just don't realize. Last breath, lift it a little higher. Allow your toes to touch. Breathe out. Okay, we did this earlier, but we're going to change up our hands. We're going to separate the feet wide again. And then this time we're going to interlace our fingers. Place them, just kidding, at the nape of the neck. Our elbows are going to come in though, so don't keep them out wide. And as you pull them in, it's going to stretch those upper shoulders, the back of the neck here, belly's going to pull in. If you like, I like a little sway right to left, but whatever would feel good to you. You should feel like there's some more space in your hamstrings here. And you've got 3 more breaths. Inhaling and exhaling. Beautiful. 2 more. Inhale. Exhale. 1 more. Exhale. Now softly release your hands to the floor. Okay, let's toe our feet together to touch. We'll move our props, blocks, books back close to us, whatever we've got. Take a nice halfway lift. We do a lot of these, so they're a great way to open up the low back and the hamstrings, give us space in the body, and as you exhale, fold. Now, keeping our hands down for a moment, we're going to drop our hips back as if there was a chair there, but there's not one. Now, from here, I want to start to lift up my heart, but I don't want to dump into my low back. So I want that tailbone to tuck under. And then from here, I'm going to start to lift up my heart, hands to prayer for my chair. Now, one thing that happens in chair, especially when we're new, is to sit lower, we let our knees shift forward. But that's bad because now my knees are way over my ankles. And so I want to look down and make sure I can see my toes. If not, I want to sit a little behind me. This is where it gets challenging. Because then to lift my chest, I tend to want to dump into my low back, and I don't want to. So I want to tuck that tailbone under. Zip up the inner thighs and the abdominals. Take those hands to prayer, shoulders back. See if you could sit just a little lower. I know it's hard. Hold for 3. Good. 2. Forward fold. Straighten those legs out. Give them a little kick out. Ooh. Okay, take a halfway lift. Now, one more time, we're going to lunge the left foot back, but this time, we're going to take it at a 45-degree angle to the back left corner of our mat. What I don't want to do is put my feet right behind one another. I do want some space. Now, I don't want to be in such a big stance where my back heel lifts, so move it until it feels comfortable. Then bend into your right knee. Now, if you need to stay with your hands on the blocks, pull the right hip back. You can. If not, we're going to start to lift up to our warrior 1, hands to prayer. Now, I'm going to let you in on a secret. I think still to this day, this is one of my hardest poses. My body just doesn't. Mike's behind me, agreeing with me right now. So most yoga teachers that are probably going to agree that warrior 1 is so hard. There's so many things to do. So let's just do the simple, easy ones for now. Can you take your hands to your hips and square yourself a little forward? Good. Let's hope you feel a stretch right here. Now, one hand to your belly button, one hand to your back. Just tilt your pelvic floor under. Yeah, that's that stretch we want. Now, without changing anything, this is the hard part, just bending to the right more. I know it's hard. Now, there's about a million other things, but let's just focus on this for right now. Maybe those hands back to prayer. Stay with me, guys. I know that right leg might start to shake. That's a good thing. Press through the edge of that back left foot. You've got 1 more breath in. Exhale. Now we're coming right back up to the top of our mat. And again, if we need to shake out that leg, we'll shake that leg out. How are you guys doing, okay? Remember, child's pose whenever you want. Okay, we're gonna get that chair pose again and get this right side. And then we'll take a little break. So when you're ready to reach those arms up, hands to prayer. Sitting our hips back and down to chair pose. Tailbone tucks under. Belly's pulled in, chest is lifted. See if you can sit a little farther behind you. Taking another deep breath in. Good. Exhale. Whew. Forward fold, breathe out. Take that halfway lift. This is again to prepare the spine. Now we're going to lunge the right foot back again at that 45-degree angle. So what I don't want is a parallel foot. That's a different pose folds completely as it turns my hips away I don't want in warrior one, Virabhadrasana A. So I want that 45-degree angle. All right, I can feel my back calf getting a stretch. Now, bend into the left knee, pull that left hip back, and then lifting your heart up. So it's a good way to see, now watch my hips. If my back heel is parallel, I don't have any movement in my hips. Yeah. But when I angle my foot, now I have that movement. So I'm gonna move that right hip forward, that left hip back. I'm gonna tilt that pelvic floor under. Now I wanna keep this right leg straight. Try not to let that knee buckle and sink a little deeper. Hands to prayer. Breathe. You're using the edges of those feet. You're lengthening the spine. Take another breath in. Good. Sink a little deeper. Exhale. One more, I know. Work those strong quads. Last breath in. Exhale. We're going to step to the top of our mat. Again, we're just going to give it a little shake out. We're going to need a lot for our standing legs. Okay. So very similar to the beginning of practice. We're going to reach those arms up. We're going to swan dive, fold it down. Take that halfway lift. Good. Lunge the left foot to the back of the mat. Then the right to that down dog. Take a breath in. Good. Hold for that exhale. One more breath in. Child's pose. Drop your knees. Sit your hips towards your heels. And rest. Now, if you wanted to keep your hands on the blocks, this is one of my favorite child's pose to open up between the shoulder blades. But again, maybe those blocks need to prop up your head and your hips. So finding whichever variation. Now, if this is just not working, child's pose can be done on our back with knees to chest, essentially just flipping the pose onto its back. So doing what the body needs. We're taking 2 more breaths here. Good. One more breath. Exhale. Okay, if your hands or head are on a block or anything, slowly come off. And then start to sit up slowly. And we're just gonna sit off to the side and bring our legs around through. So I figured, since I've always known for teaching this pose, and it's always fun, nobody's gonna know what happens, so you can try it in the luxury of your own home. We're gonna try to work into that baby grasshopper. We're gonna do a twist first. What I love about yoga is the ability to sometimes see something photographed and go, there's no way I can ever do that. And then seeing it broken down and then realizing, oh my goodness, I can. Or there are components that I can do to make this pose happen. So again, if you start to see this and go, no way, I thought the same thing. And now let's look at us. Okay, so let's make sure I do this right so that I have it. And I believe we'll start with that right leg over the left. So we're gonna sit up tall. We're gonna hug that right knee with both of our hands. We're gonna keep a hold of it with the left hand, kind of like we did when we first started, when we were on our back. Right hand's gonna go behind me. Now, I may need a block because I can't get it there. No big deal. And then I'm gonna pull that knee in and gaze over my back shoulder. What I don't wanna do is kind of slouch or lean back. So can you sit up tall? Root that right glute and right big foot down as you twist, gazing over that back shoulder. Nice tall spine, nice twist. Taking 3 more breaths here. Inhale. Exhale. Good. Inhale. Exhale. One more. Breathe in. Breathe out. So you're going to keep your legs, but you're going to unwind the twist and twist it over to the left. This is a little counter twist. So your forearms can come down, your hands can come down. Some people like to bring their forehead down, but this is how we start baby grasshopper. So this is an arm balance, and immediately some people will check themselves out. But I promise you it can be done if you just break it down. So first, kind of slide onto the side of your left hip. You're going to keep your left forearm beside you out in front, like you were really just kind of hanging out a day at the beach, getting comfortable. Now, if your right foot's really far away from you, walk it up closer, because this isn't going to work unless you can. Now, you could use your strap
but it's really only if you need it. It doesn't necessarily have to happen. So this is how we start. We look at our left foot. We say, hey, left foot, lift 3 times. So we go 1, 2, 3. All right, I've got you so far. Now, if you need an extra hand, bring your right hand down. But if you use your right foot in your left forearm, I promise you this will work. Now we're gonna say, hey, left hip, lift 3 times. So you're gonna press down and lift 1. I know, 2, this one was a little harder. 3, okay, good. Now we have to put the 2 together. So again, if you want this hand, we're gonna lift 1. Ooh, that was a little harder. 2. Good, last one, 3. Now, if you want, you could hold. And this is truly the pose. But to make it look prettier than it really is, you'll sit yourself back down. Now, I know some of you are gonna be like, never happening, Tara, but you could reach for your foot. If you don't catch your foot, then you strap that sucker up. You hold on, you pick up your hip, and that's baby grasshopper. With or without the strap, with or without the foot. I'm pressing the back of the left leg into the back of my right ankle. Whew, and then I'm gonna sit myself down. And I'm just gonna give a little wiggle out. Let's stretch out our chest before we go to the other side. So again, if you needed your blocks, you could put them behind you, your hands on the blocks to elevate you. You're gonna pull your shoulders back, open up your heart, gazing up, point your toes. Nice big stretch, breathing in. Deep breath out. One more, inhale, nice stretch for the wrists and the forearms, 2. Exhale. Bringing your chin back down if you lifted it, pulling the belly and the ribs in. So I'm gonna flip around so we can do the left side for that baby grasshopper. So we're getting a big twist in this as well. So again, we're gonna bring that left foot over. Now as we hug that knee and sit up tall, try not to let this glute lift. Press firmly down as you take the twist. Again, maybe I'm using that block to help me lift up and twist, but I want to drop my shoulders down wherever I'm at. I'm going to breathe here for 3 more breaths. Inhale. Tall spine as we exhale. Breathe in. Breathe out. 1 more. Inhale. Exhale. Now again, we're going to take that little counter twist over to the right first. Letting ourselves come down. Ooh, sometimes I can get a nice back pop out of this. Taking 1 more breath. Exhaling. Now again, kind of roll back onto your butt or glutes for a moment. Now, bring your right forearm down and then kind of roll onto the side of the leg. Walking that left foot in closer. Now, I'll be honest, when I teach this in class, it happens to me, it happens to everyone, you have a stronger side. So if you went up right away, don't be frustrated if you don't on this side. And if you didn't go up on this side, don't not try this side because you think I can't get up, because you might go right on up. So again, we look at that right leg, we say, hey there, lift 1, 2, strong inner thighs to lift this leg. Now I've got to lift the right hip, so I want to press down. I'm using those legs and those arms to lift this hip. 1 more. Awesome. Now, since I showed you the first time with the modification of the strap, I will show you this time with grabbing the foot. Once you've gotten 1 lifted, then the other, we're going to try to lift 1. Good. 2, notice how I'm pressing right thigh into back of left leg. That's important. Now, the pose is one day we're eventually able to grab the foot or the toe, and then we'll come lifting that leg, finding that grasshopper. Now again, if you fall, you fall. You're also at home, so who's gonna know? So play, try this as many times as you want, and when you're all done, we're done. So we're gonna make our way onto our back as soon as you are done with all that playing again. You could be there so much longer than I ever knew. Once you do get onto your back, hug your knees into your chest, a nice little gentle rock side to side. I'm taking a deep breath in. Good, exhale. So we're gonna finish with the hip stretch. So we're gonna start with that figure 4, our right ankle on our left knee. Now, again, we could take a block and place it underneath our head. We could keep the left foot down. If we lift the left leg and it makes us lift our head up, either prop yourself up with the block or the left foot comes down, because we don't want to be strained. And if we want more, we're gonna grab the back of the thigh, or if we want way more, the front of the shin. Now this is a wonderful pose to do in the morning and the evening. So if you're waking up in the morning, maybe 30 seconds on each side. Same for when you're going to bed. Amazing after you travel. And we can do this standing up against a wall for support, grabbing onto a counter or ledge of the office or the house. So again, a wonderful stretch out for that whole back of the right leg and hip. So feel free to stay on this pose, the longer the better. And when you're ready, we're just gonna switch it out to that left side. Again, you're in the decency of your own home, so you can stay for as long as you like. You can pause, send those children back to their task, and then pick it up when you need to. But just remembering to honor both the right and the left side, making sure we do an even amount of time on each. If we have one issue on one side, you could stay on that side a little longer to help open it up. Taking 3 more breaths here. So we finished with that big twist. We're finishing with these hip openers. And then we'll finish with our back bend. So we're gonna set those feet to the floor. Now again, you can do this as long as you'd like. You're gonna take that block, maybe the one that's underneath your head. With your feet firmly planted, you're gonna lift your hips up. Now you can go the lowest level, or you could go the second highest level, but you wanna make sure the block is underneath your tailbone and not on the spine, and that you're not feeling any pressure in the low back. If that's the case, immediately move or come out of this. Now you could stay for a little while like this. This is a wonderful supported back bend. You could straighten one leg out at a time, both legs out at a time, or you could take that supported legs up. So I'd like you to stay in this pose for as long as it would like and feel good to you. And once you're out of that, we're gonna move our way into Shavasana. So again, finding that same pose that we found at the beginning of practice, just that straightening out the arms and the legs and resting. Now, feel free to, again, at your home, take the props, cover yourself up, get as comfortable as possible, and remember to stay as long as possible. We are in a lot of crazy times right now, so the more we can de-stress, calm the body, the mind, the better. I am Tara. Thank you guys so much for showing up. So when you're finished with your Shavasana, we'll finish and seated, and we'll take a last big breath together. So we inhale, we'll unite that breath, that mind and body one more time, and seal it all into prayer at our own person. From our city family home, we love you, we miss you. Namaste.